Hi friends, today I would like to discuss another important concept from C language, that is pointers to arrays. Okay, we have already seen that how a pointer is pointing to a variable. Now we'll see how a pointer is pointing to an array. What is an array? Array is a collection of homogeneous elements which are stored in contiguous memory locations. That means all the elements will be stored at side by side adjacent locations. So what happens when I point the element of an array by a pointer? So you can create an array with a pointer. A pointer can point to an element of a array, and you can access all the elements of the array with a pointer. Okay, so I'll explain with an example. Okay, so in this declaration what we have done is, so we have created an array called A with a size 5, and this is an integer array, and I have initialized it to the 5 elements, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so I'll draw a small figure for this, the memory layout, that is A is an array. It has got 5 elements, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. So this is a memory layout for this array, friends. So there are 5 elements and there are 5 index values from 0 to size minus 1, that is 4. Okay, so assume that the addresses for these elements, the base address of the array, that is the address of the first element is, if I am assuming it as a 2000, the address of the next element will be 2002. Why this is 2? Because each element is of integer type. The size of the each element will be 2 bytes. So the first element will take the addresses 2000 and 2001, and the second element will be 2002 and 2003. So that means alternative or every element's addresses will be, there will be difference of 2. So this is 2002 and this one is 2004, 2006 and 2008. So these are the addresses. Okay, these addresses can be represented as, this is address of A of 0, address of A of 1, address of A of 2, address of A of 3, address of A of 4. And these values can be called as A of 0, and this is A of 1, and this is A of 2, and this is A of 3, and this is A of 4. This is how we can assume how this array A will be located in the memory. So what happens if I declare a pointer and points to the array? Okay friends, now I am taking a pointer int star p, int star p, and I am assigning the address of my first element, that is an ampersand of A of 0 to p. Okay, so here we have allocated the address of the first element to the pointer p. So this can be represented in the figure as, p is a pointer and p is pointing to the first element. P is pointing to the first element. So how I can access this first element's value? This first element's value can be accessed similarly like the how you access the value of the variable. Similarly you can access the value of the array elements. That means the star p. Star p will give you this value. Okay, how the value of the next element can be accessed? So for this there are two ways to access the elements of the array, friends. That is, p can be placed at the first place and you can access all the elements, or another thing is you can move the p from first element to the second element, third element. That means you can move p to every element, then you can access. But most of the times we use the p is pointed to the first element, and with index value directly you can access all the remaining elements. Then how you can do this? This star p can be called as star of p plus index 0. Because it is pointing to the first element, I can write it as a star of p plus index 0. Then this second element can be written as star of p plus 1. So this is 0th element and this is first element, and the next element can be called as star of p plus 2, second element. Similarly, you can access all the elements. So from this logic I can create a formula kind of a thing, that is, to access the elements of the array through pointer, I can simply write it as star of p plus I. So this is an important notation, friends. So you have to remember this concept. So whenever you want to access the elements of the array, you have to use star of p plus I. What is this I? I value is the index. So this index value will be from 0 to the size minus 1 value. So this is how you can access the each and every element of the array. Now I'll write a small program where you can create this array and access all the elements of the array by using this pointer. I'll show you with an example program. Okay friends, this is a small program where I have created an array with the size 5 and I am reading those 5 elements. So for that I have taken a for loop and it is running for the 5 times, and scanf will read you all the elements. Since I am having only a single statement in the for loop, then I have omitted these braces. If you want, you can put the braces, no problem. So here I am just printing all the values on the screen. So this can be explained with a small figure like this. There is an array called A with the size 5. So index values are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and it is asking for enter the 5 elements. So assume that this scanf is reading 5 elements. So I have entered 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I have entered 5 elements. Now I am printing all those elements. So I am just printing in the format called A of index 0 is equals to value. I have used A of percentage D is equals to percentage D. This percentage D is used to print the index value. This percentage D is used to print the actual element of the array. So A of 0 is 10 and I have used this slash, and that is a new line. So the output will be A of 1 is 20. A of index 2 is 30. A of index 3 is 40. And A of index 4 is 50. Okay friends, this is how your output will looks like. Okay, so now I want to show how you can change this program by using this pointer. Okay, so we have already seen that I have deduced a formula, kind of a mathematical formula kind of a thing, like how to access the each element of the array by using pointers. So that is a star of p plus I. So I have already shown it how this can be written. Okay friends, so what we have to do is, now I have taken a pointer p, so I will assign the address of A to p. Okay, I'm just changing it friends. Just p is given the address of the A of index 0. That means the address of the first element, that is A of index 0, is given to p. That means my figure will be look like this. There will be a pointer p and p is pointing to the first element. Okay friends, so what is the use of this p? You can use this p to read your values. Okay, how I can read the values? Simply, like for example, if you want to write this, you can write the previous statement, that is a printf. Okay, enter 5 elements. So what I have to do is, same for loop in the scanf, instead of address of A of I, I can write it as p plus I. That's it, p plus I. So what is p plus I? P plus I is nothing but p plus index value. So p plus index value means this is the first. If I is 0, then that is the first location. If I is 1, that is the second location. So remember friends, so this address of A of I can be written as p plus I with pointer. P plus I. So this is another important equation that we should remember. So with the pointer you can directly read the values from the keyboard. So this pointer will read the values and store them in these locations. Okay, similarly when I am trying to print these values, so I can write this A of I, instead of A of I can write it as star of p plus I. Star of p plus I. So this is another important concept friend. So that is ampersand of A of I is equals to p plus I, and A of I is equals to star of p plus I. So these are the two important formulas we should remember for this concept. That is, elements can be accessed with a formula called star of p plus I, and the addresses can be accessed like p plus I. So this is how a pointer can access the elements of the array. That means you can place the elements into the array, and as well as you can read the elements from the array. So this is a basic relation between the pointer and an array. Okay friends, now I want to give you a better clarity on this. Okay, so with the help of another figure, okay, see here friends, now I am drawing this array int A with size 5. So I am just drawing it as a vertical shape. This is array A and there are 5 elements, and those elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and we have already seen the addresses values. So those are 2000 will be the first address, next 2002 will be the second address, 2004, 2006, 2008. These are the addresses and these are the values. Okay friends, so this first element is called as A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. Okay friends, A of 0, so we know that the address, this 2000, can be called as address of A of 0. Okay friends, what is an important concept here is array base address. Arrays base address is represented by using its name. Okay friends, so this is another important point. The base address of the array, the base address means the starting address, that is the address of the first element of the array, is represented by just its name. That means address of A of 0 is same as just A. So this is another important formula, friends. You need to remember this. That is address of the first element, or you can call it as a base address of the array, that is equivalent to the just name of the array itself. So you can call ampersand of A of 0 is A. That means in the program I can change this P is equal to address of A of 0 to just A. So P is equals to A. P is equals to A. So this is easy, friends. So if I say P is equals to A means P is pointing to the first element of the array. First element of the array. So here I can call it as this as instead of A of 0. So I can call it as A plus index value 0. This is A plus 1. This is A plus 2. This is A plus 3. A plus 4. So why I have written this as plus 0? A can be called as A plus 0. No problem, because this is an index value. So A or A plus 0 both are same. So instead of A, if I write these things, this A of 0 can be called as a P plus 0, because I have given this A to P. I can write instead of A, I can write P plus 0. This is P plus 1, and this is P plus 2, and this is P plus 3, and this is P plus 4. That means the addresses can be written as P plus 0, P plus 1, P plus 2, and P plus 3, and so on. So that is the same thing that we have used in this scanf, that is P plus index I. Similarly, if I want to get the value at this address, so all I have to do is just add the star. So we have already seen that how you access the value of a variable just by putting the star of the pointer name. Star P is nothing but value of the variable. Similarly here, star P plus I becomes the value of the elements. So this A not 0 can be called as a star of P plus 0, and this can be called as star of P plus 1. This can be called as star of P plus 2. This can be called as star of P plus 3. This can be called as star of P plus 4. Okay, friends. So with this figure, we can clearly get the address of the elements of the array can be called as P plus index values, and the values of the elements of the array can be called as a star of P plus index values. So for values we use stars, for addresses we use just P plus index value. So this is the main relation between the pointer and array. Okay, so with this we can come to a conclusion that, so here I am adding another point to this, P plus 0, P plus 1. If my pointer P is pointing to the first element, its value can be accessed as a star of P plus 0. The next element value can be accessed as star of P plus 1. That means I am just adding 1 to my pointer. Okay, friends, this can be called as you are accessing a pointer P to the next element. That means P plus 1. That means you are trying to access a value from the current position of P to the next element. If I say P plus 2, if P is at first element or the base element, P plus 2 means that is you are accessing the second element from the P location. That means index 2. So this is a third element from the current location. This is a fourth element from the current location. So remember, friends, P plus 0, P plus 1, P plus 2 means actually you are accessing the elements. For example, if my pointer is at this place, if my pointer is at this place, here now I can add values or I can decrement values. That means if my pointer P is at this particular location, so P plus 1 will give me the value 40. P plus 2 will give me the value 50. So that is you are just adding plus 1 plus 2 means you are accessing the next elements. Similarly, if I want to access the previous elements, I can subtract from 1 from the P. That means P minus 1. P minus 1 means P is at this point 30. Minus 1 means the previous element, that is 20. So if I want to access this 10, I can write it as P minus 2. Remember, friends, you are moving from to backward. That means from the current position of P to the backward direction. So minus 2 means before two elements, so that is a value 10. So that means you can add +1 +2, or you can decrement -1 -2. That means from the current location of P you can move forward or backward. And another important point is, when your pointer is at beginning of the array, you can move only forward direction. You cannot move backward because there are no other elements. You are crossing the limits of the array, so you cannot move backward. But if it is at somewhere at middle or some at other elements, you can move either backward or forward. Similarly, if your pointer is at the last element, you cannot move forward. Only you can move backward because you are crossing the limits. So that is another important thing. And C is not providing any boundary checking. That means this is the complete responsibility of the user to check whether you people are crossing the limits of the array or not. You cannot move beyond the first element or after the last element. So that means P can point to A, or P can point to some middle of the element. So that means your A plus 2 is nothing but in the previous kind of a notation I can write it as address of A of 2. That means a pointer can point to the index 2 element. That means this particular place, index 2. So remember friends, a pointer can point to any elements of your array. So initially we say that pointer is pointing to the first element. So later you can use your pointer can point to any element of your array. So if it is at the middle, you can move either forward direction or backward direction. Remember that if you are moving forward direction, you are just adding numbers P plus 1, P plus 2. And if you are moving backward directions, you are just subtracting the numbers P minus 1, P minus 2. So this is the main concept, friends, pointers to the arrays. So here you need to remember two key points. That is, the addresses of the array can be represented as P plus index value, that is P plus I, and the values of the elements can be represented as star of P plus I. Okay friends, I would like to remind 2 points. So in the previous concepts we have discussed the pointer arithmetic, so where we have discussed what are the valid or invalid operations. I told you that you can add a number to the pointer or you can subtract a number to the pointer. So that is a point where you have, this is the example where you can add the numbers. I have already told you that if P is at this particular location, you can move to the, or you can access the element of next element just by adding +1. Or if you want to access this element, you can just add +2. Similarly, if I want to access the previous element, I can write it as a P minus 1. And before that element I can write it as a P minus 2. So here you can clearly see that a pointer can be added to a number, or a pointer can be subtracted by using a number. So this is how you can add a number or subtract a number from pointer to access elements from forward direction or a backward direction. Now I show you another important operation, arithmetic operation, that is valid. I have already told you that you can perform increment and decrement operations. Increment and decrement operations on pointers. Okay friends, I'm just changing to the basic program, that is P is at address of first element. Okay, so that means P is pointing to the first element. This is, okay, I'm just erasing all these things. Okay friends, just now I have told you that there are 2 ways to access the elements of the array by using pointers. One is just keeping the pointer at the first element and accessing all the elements, and another one is you can move the pointer from element to element. So this is the second concept, that is you are moving the pointer from element to element. For example, to read all the elements, so you can write this previous concept, that is you have read all the 5 elements into the array. Now I want to print all my 5 elements on the screen. So instead of star of P plus I, here I can write it as, so I'll just write a star P, just star P. Star P means the P is pointing to the first element, so you'll get the first element. So what is the next task? I need to go to the next element. So simply I can write p plus plus. So I'm adding just extra statement to the for loop, that is p plus plus or plus plus p, whatever. I'm just incrementing p. That means if I write p plus plus, so initially the p is at this place, star p will give the value 10 on the screen. Next my move is p plus plus. So is p is moved to the next element. And if I come back to here, then star p means that is a second element. Again p plus plus means my p moves to the third element. So star p will give me the 30. So in this way you can actually move the pointer to the every element and you can print the values. So this is a incrementing. Okay friends, so here clearly you can see that p plus plus, that means you are just incrementing p. So similarly, if you want to move your pointer to the backward, you can just decrement the p. So the valid operations, arithmetic operations on pointers can be p plus plus, p minus minus, or you can apply plus plus p or minus minus p. That means you can perform increment, that is either pre-increment or post-increment, pre-decrement or post-decrement on the pointers. So the valid operations for increment and decrement can be performed on the pointers. Okay friends. The next concept will be, I am discussing is, we can subtract the 2 pointers. I have already told you that we can subtract 2 pointers provided that both the pointers point to the same array. Okay friends, I will show you a small example for this. Okay friends, I am taking an array int a with the size of 5. Okay, I am only taking the elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I am declaring 2 pointers int star p1 star p2. Star p1 star p2. So now I am assigning the address of p1 is assigned to the address of first element and p2 is assigned to the address of third element. Okay friends, see here I have taken the address of a first element into the p1, address of the fourth element, that is index third element, into the p2. Okay, so I am just printing something, that is printing p1 is percentage d bytes away from p2. Okay, I'm just writing a sentence here. I'm just doing it as p2 minus p1, p2 minus p1, so return 0. So this is a small program friends where I have declared 2 pointers and I have taken an array and both the pointers are pointed to the same array A, and I'm just performing the operation. Just see this, that is a p2 minus p1, that means we are subtracting 2 pointers. So I want to show you that you can subtract 2 pointers provided that 2 pointers point to the same array. Okay, so I'll show you with a figure. So if A is an array and I have got 5 elements here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and index values are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, p1 is pointing to the index 0 element. Okay, and p2 is another pointer pointing to the index third element. Okay friends, now I am assuming their addresses. If the address of the first element is 2000 and its address will be 2002, and this will be 2004, and this will be 2006, and this will be 2008. Okay friends, so p1 is pointing to A means p1 is having the address of the 0th element, that is 2000. And if p2 is pointing to the index 3 elements means p2 is having the address of the index 3, that is 2006. Okay friends, now you can clearly see that p2 minus p1, which implies 2006 minus 2000, so which is 6, number 6. Okay friends, So what is the output here? Output here I am telling that P1 is percentage D. What is this percentage D? P2 minus P1. What is P2 minus P1? Number 6. 6 bytes away from P2. Okay friends, so now I have given a meaningful sentence that P1 and P2, they are away by 6 bytes. So that means you can actually subtract the two pointers provided that both the pointers points to the same array. Okay friends, if my one point is pointing to one array and another point is pointing to another array, you cannot subtract. Okay friends, so this is a subtraction of two pointers.